All right, in this video, I'm going to show you how to take off a tire and put on your spare on a Subaru Impreza. First thing you want to do is put a block diagonally across from the tire you're going to change. And mine's the driver's side rear tire, so I'm going to put it in front of the passenger side front tire. That's going to keep the car from rolling forward. Now we got to go to the back, and before we get there, I'm going to just show you where the jack's going to go. It's going to go right there, right by the tire. We're going to pop open the hatch, and underneath the floorboards in the back here, you're going to see all the tools and the spare. So first, let's pull our tools out, which are going to include the jack and the lug nut wrench. And there's the jack. And you'll notice on one side there's this little twister thing there, the hole in it, and you're going to need to kind of drop that jack down so you can get underneath the frame of the car and put it right there. You'll see there's a little groove that fits in, and then it slides on either side as you twist it clockwise up. And now we've got it kind of like tight against the bottom of the car. And so we're going to go back in and we're going to grab our little tool that we use to get leverage on the jack. You see it's got a little hook in it. You just kind of put it through that hole there, and that's how you're going to spin that jack up. But before we do that, we want to loosen up the lug nuts while we've got some tension on the tire. And to do that, I'm going to go counterclockwise. And you can see I'm just kind of going around. I got to put a lot of strength in it because they're on there pretty tight. And so I'm just going to keep on going. If you've got a longer lug nut wrench, it works better, but all I got is this one, so I'm going to keep on going with that baby right there and get them all loose. Once I got them pretty loose, then we're going to go ahead and jack the car up. And before I do that, though, I'm going to go ahead and get the spare out. It requires about 1,000 twists. And there we go. We got her out now. And we're just going to set it over here. And then we're going to go ahead and jack this up and get this tire off of there. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this clockwise until I get it. See, it kind of gets stuck there. This is a super cheap jack, by the way. They used to have really nice jacks with the older cars, but these newer ones are just junk. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and get her up. And we got to get that tire off the ground, and that's what I'm trying to do here. And once we got the tire up, we can go ahead and unscrew all of the lug nuts. They should be loose, but I may need to use the wrench on one or two of them. And make sure that you don't lose those nuts because you're going to need them to put the spare tire on. The one right down at the bottom is still a little tight, so I'm going to have to, there's the nuts. I'm going to have to get that wrench on it, just kind of loosen it a little bit. And bam, we should be ready to go. And there it is. We got them all off. Now we're just going to yank the tire off of there. Just kind of pick it up, move it, set it over there. And now we got to grab our spare and going to flip it around. And it's going to set right on there, and you got to kind of locate where the bolts go through that go onto those lug nuts, and that's a little bit of a pain in the butt, but with a little bit of effort you should be able to do it. And next you got to get a couple of those lug nuts on there. I put one on the top, and then I put one on the bottom, and then that kind of holds it on there so it doesn't fall off because it has a tendency to do that. And then we just got to twist them on. And then once we've got them on there, we're going to lower the jack a little bit, and then we're going to tighten them down. So I'm not really going to drive on this tire, and this wasn't meant to be used for daily use. This is only to get you to your shop or to your dealer to get a new tire and get it fixed. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to tighten it down enough so that I can go get this other tire changed and then bring it back and put it back on. So I'm going to lower it right now. And once I get it down so that it's got some contact with the cement, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten them down a little bit with the lug nut wrench. And I'm going to go ahead and just leave the jack and the twister there because I'm going to take this tire in and get a new tire or get it plugged and then bring it back and just replace it. Okay, so anyway, I got the tire. Brand new one, right? We got to put it on, so I'm going to face it this way. Just set her there. And then, as you can see, this one's tight. So I want to loosen these a little bit as I kind of tighten them. So I'm just going to go ahead and loosen them up on this spare donut tire because you don't want to be trying to loosen them when the tire's not, on the ground. All right. So now we've got them pretty loose. Loosen up that once I get it up in the air, I'll be able to, twist them off. Yeah. All right, so now I just got to get her up. So let me go ahead and bring this over here so you can see. All right, so now I just want to bring this up high enough so that we get the tire off and get the new one on. Let me make sure I'm doing it good. Yeah, I think you can see me doing it. See, now it's coming up off the ground, but I still got to get it higher because this tire, this new tire, is a little bit higher. All right, so we're looking pretty good there. All right, let's leave it like that. Right now, I want to get this off of here. So I'm just going to unscrew these with my hands. I don't trust that jack, by the way. They used to give you really good jacks back in the 60s, but not anymore. The key is you got to make sure you get it high enough so you can put the new tire on. You know what I mean? Okay, those put right there, right? So now I'm going to pull this tire off right here. There we go. And I'm just going to roll it over here. I'm going to set it underneath this right here, just in case that thing falls, it'll hit that. All right, so the key thing is you want to make sure it's up high enough to get this tire on. So I'm hoping it is. So we're going to get her in there close. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get down like this so I can see all of these through here. And then I just got to get it to match up right on there. And I think, oh, almost. This is the hard part. There we go. All right. And then what you may have to do is push against it, right? To hold it, so you get at least get one of these started. You know what I mean? See what I mean? Get one here, and then you want to get one on the bottom here. Started too, just like that. Now it's on there, it won't pop off either. It won't fall off, believe me. So here we go. Get this one on. Get these two. So it's not too hard to really change the tire. It's pretty simple, really. Very simple. You just gotta, you know, make sure that you get the jack right, because you don't want this falling on your leg. That's the last thing you want, man, is that to fall on your leg. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this out of here, like that, right? And we're gonna go ahead and kind of set this down a little bit. Let me get it here. See, I had this under there like that, just as a buffer, just in case that jack failed. At least I'd have some kind of protection there. So now let's pull that out. Now we're just going to go the opposite way and let this come down until it gets right about to the ground. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to tighten her up a little bit with this. So let me back it up here. And so now we can get these on. Now remember, we went this way when we were loosening it. Now we got to go the opposite way when we tighten it. And so what you want to do is you want to go around. You don't want to tighten one. You just want to kind of like start doing a couple of them. You know, you want to just get them so that they're kind of even. Notice how this just fits too. Look, it gives you just enough room. And we're going to get them all until they're snug. And then we're going to put some strength on them. So I just keep on going around and putting a little bit on each one. Not too much. Outside. And I think I got him. I think that's it. Now we can go ahead and let it all the way down. All the way down. Hopefully they put enough air in the tire, right? That would suck if they didn't. We just go until we can pull this out of there. We got a new tire, it's been balanced, and it should be good. We should be set. Now we just got to put this stuff away, pop it up, and we're going to put everything back in there. All right, so remember, you got to put the indented part of the tire here. You see that? Push this back for a second. Let me see if you can see what I'm saying. So see how this is all indented? You got to have that side that way. Right now I can get this in there, right? Just like that. So this is going to go right in there. And then I just tighten her down. So if you flip the tire around, it won't fit. Okay? It just won't fit in there. You want to get it down there tight. It takes like about 100 twists. Okay, now we're good. All right. Next we're going to put our jack and these tools back. And notice this thing. So you got to kind of get it, that part right there, even with it. So see how there's like a little crease there? You got to get that even with it. And then that'll just sit in there like that. And then we got to get our twister in there. And we got these two things. And so this right here, I believe went like this. And there like that. Okay? And then this, I don't understand. I'm just going to set that in there like this. And that should be okay. I mean, it might rattle. I don't know. Let me push it in. Oh, shoot. I can't remember how this is in here. Maybe if I push it in like that. That should do it, right? Or I think that's going to be fine. There we go. So this has got to go back like that. And then this comes down. Alright, bam, that's how you change a tire on this car. Alright, so shut the hood. Bam. Alright, mission accomplished. Tire has been changed. Alright, I just hope I got it tight enough.